Yo, what is up, everybody? Good evening, 8 p.m. Tuesday night. It's been an absolutely crazy day here. I think I've dropped 4 videos today, or this is the 4th, rather. Dropped the YouTube short this morning, went live with Carrington Harrison of 610 Sports earlier, dropped the daily video at like 7 p.m., talking about all kinds of stuff. Frank Clark officially getting released via an official statement, basically from the Chiefs. I mean, it's not basically, it is an official statement from the Chiefs. Talking about Allen Lazard, rumors, Chiefs reportedly being interested in him, and then announcing the pre-draft hangout publicly for the first time, which was an exciting thing to do. If you didn't know, I will plug that here real quick, but I'm having a pre-draft hangout at Boulevard Brewery Wednesday night, April 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. It is like $60 to get in. I mean, it's $50 for the ticket plus taxes and fees, and it's like $60. It gets you beer on tap, barbecue, and a 3-hour hangout with the community. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the bio, and it's gonna sell out. So just make sure if you want to go, you haven't got a ticket yet, you grab it. It's literally the day before the draft in Kansas City at Boulevard Brewery at the Rec Deck. It is a freaking awesome venue, games, beer on tap, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested, it's register.hbtchiefs.com, or the link is in the description. And before we get into the Q&A, guys, I want to talk about an article that surfaced, not even an article, a tweet that surfaced from James Palmer, who does a lot of coverage on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I kind of wanted to go through this, and it's basically what I titled the thumbnail and the title around, and that is the idea that the Chiefs believe Kadarius Toney is going to be wide receiver 1 for them in 2023. Kind of wanted to process through that with you guys, and this is what the tweet is, and this is what it said. So let's go line by line. I'll kind of just give my thoughts, and then we'll hang out, answer questions, and just talk Chiefs. I'm super excited just to hang with you guys, man. It's some of the highlight of my week is being able to just chill with the community. But this is what James Palmer tweeted out. I mean, this was today. Yeah, March 7th, just at 3:30 p.m., so just a few hours ago. He said the thought in KC right now is Patrick Mahomes is expected to be throwing to the same core group of guys he ended the season with. So you have Travis Kelce, Kadarius Toney, in parentheses, who the Chiefs believe will be wide receiver 1 in 2023, MVS. The plan is to bring Juju back and Sky Moore. He didn't mention Justin Watson, but if they don't bring Justin Watson back, there's plenty of guys that could offer 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what Justin Watson gave last season. Now, he did play a lot of snaps, was blocking a lot of the time, played a lot of special team snaps, so it's not just as simple as offensive production. So maybe Justin Watson could be back. He doesn't bring him up here, but I want to talk about this and give a caveat before I do. It's smokescreen season, okay? So if the Chiefs have given James Palmer this info for whatever reason, let's say they gave him this info, they said this, they said, we believe Kadarius Toney is going to be our wide receiver 1. The plan is to work with the core same group of guys. To an extent, that's probably true. If you just look at this list, Travis Kelce, under contract next year. Toney, under contract. MVS, under contract. Could get rid of, move on from MVS, but I doubt it. I think they keep him. Then Sky Moore is under contract. So 4 of these 5 guys are under contract. That is no surprise. The Chiefs hinting they want to bring Juju back. That, makes sense. I'm kind of on board with that. Now, the article I covered in the daily video that I just dropped said that, teams, including Kansas City, are a bit nervous about Juju Smith-Schuster being able to stay healthy for a full season. It's a long season, and he has struggled with showing he could stay healthy through the duration of such a long season. Now, I'm not saying Juju's like super injury prone or anything like that, but the Chiefs bringing him back, I think it's on their list of important things to do. I'm not 100% sure it's going to happen, although I'd like it to happen. Okay. Another thing to think about, Travis Kelce is going to be 34 or 35 years old. I think 34. Travis Kelce age. He is 33. He'll be 34 in October. So he's not getting any younger. Now his production is still staying high year after year after year, but Travis Kelce did say in a recent interview. I think it was the podcast with his brother, I believe, or a post Super Bowl presser. He said this was the hardest year of any year in his NFL career just on his body. He said he spent more time in the training room with the athletic training staff getting worked on than ever. He said he's never been in there as much as he has, sleeping all that he can at night, taking naps every day, just trying to keep his body as healthy as possible. Kelsey's not getting any younger, man. I think he's still going to be a great contributor next season. He's a freak of nature, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. I'm glad and happy about that. But the thought about Toney being wide receiver 1, I wonder if that's a little bit of smokescreen from the Chiefs. Not because Toney couldn't do that. I do think if Kadarius Toney is healthy next year, he could put up 1,000+ yard season. I don't see why not. When you figure up, I'm talking 1,000+ yards from scrimmage. So receiving yards, rushing yards on jet sweeps, bubble screens, handoffs out of the backfield on counters. Like, I think Kadarius Toney, if he stays healthy, he could definitely borderline be wide receiver 1 in production. But yeah, part of me wonders how much of what is said here is smokescreen. Are the Chiefs inquiring about other receivers? Yeah, they are. They have been knocking on doors. It was reported about Allen Lazard, and I mean, maybe D-Hop. That might just be more of like a rumor. But they are exploring options because Juju coming back, at least at this point in time, is not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that Toney is going to stay healthy all next year. They have to be thinking that in their mind. You can't just bank on Toney being wide receiver 1. And these are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. If you want to engage with a question, put question marks at the beginning of your comment. I just wanted to kind of talk about this. And if people come in here asking later, make sure to point them back to the beginning of the stream, because this is just kind of my thoughts and where they are right now. I mean, yeah, most of these guys are going to be back. I'm not unhappy with this receiving core. They won the Super Bowl, basically, with this receiving core. And Patrick Mahomes was league MVP, led the league in total yards, led the league in touchdowns, led the league in there's all kinds of stuff. First downs, third downs. I mean, kind of a lot. So I did see somebody comment saying, I really hope this isn't the Chiefs' plan next year, is just to utilize the same receiving core that they did this year. They were underwhelming.
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
Yo, Becky with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Becky, Danny got your bottle of the vodka that you sent her in the mail today, and she already had a mule and said it was really good. So hats off to you for that. She enjoyed it. She was drinking a mule earlier. I was like, "You're drinking a mule already?" She said, "Yeah, Becky sent it to me. I had to drink it." So just want to let you know, thank you so much for the gifted and all your support. But I like how I just bunny trailed and I don't know where I was going. Yeah, I lost all train of thought. But thank you, Becky. Oh, yeah, okay. So somebody was saying on Twitter, this is basically what I was getting at. Somebody was saying on Twitter, I hope the Chiefs don't use the same core of receivers. They were underwhelming, couldn't get separation, and Mahomes basically had to just carry all season long. And I'm kind of like, well, they won the Super Bowl, only lost 3 games, and Mahomes had an MVP season. Now, I'm not saying Brett Veach and company shouldn't explore other options. I do see comments in here saying, what about Justin Ross and John Ross? I mean, if they make the team, guys, they're going to be fighting for, in my opinion, wide receiver 5, wide receiver 4. They are part of the equation, and I would love to be just proven wrong and one of those guys just absolutely pop off and explode during OTAs, training camp, preseason, make the roster. Like, I'm pulling for that. Make the roster, right? Maybe they could be the Justin Watson guy. A few hundred yards and a couple TDs, one of them. If they do better than that, that's just a bonus, in my opinion. You kind of go in there with these guys, Justin Ross, John Ross, low expectations. It's a low risk acquisition, but a potentially high reward. So you just don't know. I don't think the Chiefs are going to bank on them just like balling out and just banking that on not making moves for wide receivers who have proven to be valuable assets in the NFL already, but they could still contribute. So definitely don't want to leave those guys out. And those are kind of my thoughts, man. I mean, Kadarius Toney, a dangerous elite weapon. I don't know. He has like ACLs of like that are moldable, pliable, and will not snap. So this man has moves like no other. Kind of Dante Hall, his own version of Dante Hall. He's a freak. So I'm excited about that for the Chiefs to have him all offseason long, maybe get him right with their training staff, maybe work with Bobby Stroop, then be able to fully implement him into the offense next season. But, I mean, they have to have in the back of their mind his injury history. And again, his trade this season was already worth it for what he did in the Super Bowl. It was already worth it. Anything he does in the future, even though they probably traded him more for the future use, is a bonus. But yeah, to go in with the Chiefs saying he's going to be our wide receiver one, or that's the belief, I mean, they got to have in the back of their mind his injury history, I would think. Anyway, with all that being said, would love to know your guys' thoughts on this. I think it's a little bit of smoke screen. You have to take a lot of this with a grain of salt until the draft is over, because, you know, teams are going to be, they don't want others to know. I mean, the full picture of what they're going to be doing this offseason via free agency, via trades. I mean, obviously some teams have to know because they're going to call around. They're going to call around and be like, hey, we're looking at blah, blah, blah. Are you open to trading anybody? Like, same in the draft, if they want to trade up, like there's certain teams they got to contact, but they don't have to give the full hand, show the full deck to everybody. So that's why you got to kind of take some of this with a grain of salt. And then with the rumors of like, the Chiefs are inquiring about Derrick Henry. The Chiefs are inquiring about anybody. The Chiefs' names are just kind of thrown in there because they're a popular team right now. They were not inquiring about Derrick Henry. I mean, how surprised would you guys be if they went after Derrick Henry, who's going to cost like $10 million? You think that's what they need after possibly letting Orlando Brown Jr. walk, releasing Frank Clark? You think they need a running back? I mean, okay. I could totally be wrong there. I don't know if Derrick Henry is an option, realistic option. But anyway, just smokescreen season. Take a bunch of this with a grain of salt, including this report from James Palmer. But I did find it was worth to talk about. It was kind of the first time I saw somebody say the plan for the Chiefs is for Kadarius Toney to be wide receiver one next season. And I'm not even laughing that it's funny. It's just, you never know what to believe. And that's kind of where I am with that. With that being said, how the heck are y'all doing? My brain it's almost fried. This is video 4 for the day, but Tuesday night Q&A is one of my favorite live streams of the week, so definitely had to hang out and see how you guys are doing. Becky, thanks again for those 5 gifted. Let's see who we got in here. Drastic's in here. Said he loves the vids. Wyatt says he's back. Mile High said Nuggets beat Rafters. Let's freaking go. I don't even know what sport that is. Probably basketball. I think the Nuggets are basketball. McColl's going to the Cowboys. Yeah, I didn't even really talk about McColl in that James Palmer situation. I don't think McColl's coming back. I would be surprised if the Chiefs worked out a deal with him. Not because he's bad. I just think he's going to get offered a longer-term deal somewhere else by a team that has more of a need for his type of wide receiver than the Chiefs do. You know, and then there's the draft with the wide receiver core too. The Chiefs could definitely draft somebody. How did I already spill the beer? First sip? Shame, shame. Yeah, Kadarius Toney, Art said, dropped a rap video. He did.
And when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty good.
Go get it.
It was called Warrior or something like that. Yo, American 1020 with the 6 freaking months. Bang, bang. We definitely 100 here, rocking the red in the membership. Let's freaking go. Thanks for all you do, brother, and your whole family. We appreciate this channel and place you've created for all. Thanks so much, man. One of the OGs on the channel. One of the OGs, American 1020 with the red badge. Let's go. We shouldn't trade up. We should trade out of the first round. I mean, I think that's just best to let Veach and company decide, depending on who's there. You know, they'll make a move forward if they think they can go get somebody that they have a true round 1 grade on. They did that for Trent McDuffie. They'll do it again. Another thing is, this is in Kansas City, so they kind of want to possibly make a move. round one in their own city. I'm not saying that they have to. They definitely don't. But I did cover in today's video the possibility or the thought behind the Chiefs trading up in round one for a left tackle. Now, you'd have to make an aggressive move, and part of that just depends on, you know, the strength of this draft class at the tackle position and other factors like that. But, you know, the Chiefs could take a swing and stay young at the left tackle position, even drafting a left tackle a little bit later, even if it's later in round one or round two. That's a prospect, bringing in a veteran left tackle on a 1 or 2 year deal and letting Orlando walk. Maybe Orlando signs a deal. I'm not sure yet. It's like trending that Orlando's not going to sign the deal, though it's still not impossible that a deal gets done. So it is something to think about. Flip with the 20. Thanks so much, brother. After clearing cap space by releasing Frank Clark, is this a huge hint that L'Jarius Sneed could be picking up the bag that Clark just dropped, or will it be Chris Jones or maybe Juju? Of course, in Veach we trust, but opinions, thoughts. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I could just say in Veach we trust and just get off and not make any videos in the off season, right? So of course, that's the saying that everybody throws around, and you know, it is in Veach we trust. But dude, I like talking about this stuff, and it's fun to process through it with you guys as part of the excitement of the off season, is trying to ponder and think about what the Chiefs are going to do. I mean, the release of Frank Clark, it's going to free up $21 million in cap space, but the Chiefs were 3 over. So they're about $18 million. You know, there is a lot of things that could still happen. Now, not tagging Orlando, that's $20 million, you know, that they don't need since they're not going to tag him. They would have had to free that up ASAP. There's restructures that could happen. You know, they could restructure Mahomes. Hopefully they wait on that. They could restructure Toney a little bit, probably Kelsey, to free up a little cap space. But your question, could it be that Sneed gets the bag? I would be curious about that. I would assume they explore options with the guy, but since he's on the last year of his rookie deal and has very low cap hit, they may opt to not do that based on some of their needs. I would think priority one would be for Chris Jones on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, Juju's probably in talks about getting a deal done with the Chiefs as well. I mean, at some point, it's just Veach might not even be thinking, well, I need this amount of money right now for this person. They may just look at big picture and say, well, we need approximately this amount of money total to make these couple of moves. So yeah, great question. It definitely helps. I was kind of hoping that Frank Clark and the Chiefs could work a deal out that that would keep him around. It's obvious he wanted quite a bit of money still, because the Chiefs releasing Frank Clark created $7 million in dead cap, and that means that Frank Clark wants nothing even remotely close to a vet min deal laced with incentives. Like it doesn't seem like it. I mean, $7 million, he wants nothing around that. I think he wants a lot more, because the Chiefs are eating $7 million still to release him. Obviously, they're saving $21 million, but they could have restructured him in a way, you know, to split that up over 2 to 3 years with maybe an out on the third year, and the cap hit was close to what the dead cap was this year, maybe a few million more. So the fact that they couldn't get that done with Frank Clark, it leads me to believe that he's not coming back. I know Carrington today in our interview said that he thinks Frank Clark could still come back, but part of me is like, if that's the case, which it still could happen, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but I'm like, if that's the case, why couldn't they work something out now, knowing that they were going to have to eat $7 million by cutting him? So yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for the 20. Somebody said the Browns are all in on Hardman. Yeah, I think Hardman's going to have some people that are interested for sure. Somebody said OBJ, Orlando Brown Jr. or Odell Beckham. I mean, they're probably talking about Orlando. Yeah, probably talking about Orlando. You'd rather have McKinnon? Than Henry? Yeah. I mean, hopefully McKinnon's back for sure. He's a free agent, certainly. I hope Hardman just ignores the call from the Browns, says Buddha. You like Landry and Lazard? Sloppy, what's up, man? If Carolina signs Jimmy G, would you trade to get that number 9 spot to pick left tackle? Trade who? How would you get it, Sean? You're talking about trade up, meaning that the Panthers wouldn't need a quarterback, and so go get 9, get left tackle. If that's where you're going, then dude, I love the idea. It's gonna be so expensive to get up there. But dude, if the Chiefs have somebody in mind, they're like, yo, we're going to get a left tackle of the future, like they did with Eric Fisher, and we're going to keep him around for years to come. Even if that potentially means they need to sign a veteran left tackle for a year. Or think about this. The left tackle could just be the weak spot of the line, and they could just take a shot at a left tackle early in round 1, knowing that he's going to have some growing pains. But dude, they've got Toney at left guard, Humphrey at center, Trey Smith at right tackle or right guard. And then, I don't know what the right tackle is yet. Could it be Wiley? Could it be Kennard? Could it be Niang? Could it be somebody else? I don't know that answer, but I will say this: the right guard, center, left guard, very strong. You could get away with just a left tackle that needs to grow and develop a little bit for a year. I mean, Orlando had an overall good grade, but he gave up a lot of pressures and did struggle at times. I mean, you're going to have some growing pains. Maybe even if you traded up in round 1, got a left tackle that was almost as good as Orlando in year 1. I mean, that's a win. You don't have to pay $20 million on the franchise tag. You're on a rookie deal. It's definitely going to be less money. So, yeah, definitely am interested in that idea. I think the Chiefs would definitely explore scenarios of, if they're going to trade up, how to get there. And part of that is just who's available, how many tackles do they have a true round 1 grade on, and all that. But I love that idea. Dez with a 10. I think that report kind of is more about Veach not spending big money on wide receivers or making big wide receiver trades. If they do sign someone, it would be for cheap and in the draft. Yeah, thanks for the 10. Yeah, I mean, part of it's just like, are they actually going to bring Juju back? If they don't, there's a move there that has to be made, in my opinion, kind of regardless. But yeah, maybe they're not gonna do a Tyreek Hill move at wide receiver right now. Not when you've got the left tackle thing to think about. You've got Chris Jones extension looming. You know, Mahomes is already getting paid.
And when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate the 10 and 5 gifted. Yo, Dez. Thanks for the 5 gifted, Becky and Dez. You got to chug beer again, said I am a god. Oh, man. I did that, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? Bumpa said, miss my dono. Thanks for the reminder. If it's less than $5, it doesn't show up on the overhead, so sometimes I miss that. Yo, Bumpa with the 2. Need a new wide receiver. Yeah, Kelsey carried the team at 34. Yeah, I mean, if they don't bring Juju back, you need another receiver. I mean, certainly. I still don't think they're done, even if they brought Juju back, at exploring options. But, you know, then you'll have Kelsey, you'll have MVS, you'll have Juju. I mean, there will be other teams fighting, or other players fighting for roster spots, like J. Ross squared, of course. The Chiefs have reportedly been interested in Allen Lazard. I just dropped a video on that, and he's one of the top wide receiver free agents. Terry with the 5 gifted right after Dez. And then Flip back with another 10 says, well, Terry, thanks so much for the 5 gifted. Girl gang going strong early in this stream.
Go get it.
Flip with the 10 said, not tagging Orlando only means Veach and company may have lowballed their offer to re-sign Orlando, or maybe, there could be a few different things there. I mean, I think the deal they offered Orlando last year averaged $18 million per year, and maybe they still value him around that. It's not like he played, I mean, to my knowledge, much better this past season than the season prior. I think it was somewhere around the same, maybe a little higher or maybe a little lower. Honestly, I haven't studied Orlando's year 2 years ago to this past season. I know it wasn't overwhelmingly higher or lower than the year prior. So the Chiefs may have been saying, well, hey, we're still viewing that contract about the same that we offered you last year. And Orlando and his agent could have the mindset of, hey, we've made how many Pro Bowls? We've helped you guys just win a Super Bowl. Didn't give up a sack in the Super Bowl. Never mind that the freaking field was icicles. Never mind that. You know, they probably have a higher number in mind, and the Chiefs are like, so that's one scenario. It could be they're so far off in negotiations that Chiefs are like, even tagging this guy, we're not even going to get there. And we want to look at other long-term solutions. Another thought is the Chiefs are like, well, maybe we can tag and trade Orlando. And they called around. Nobody really wanted to play ball, knowing that if they don't play ball, the Chiefs would just possibly let Orlando walk in free agency. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of scenarios that could have played out there, and I maybe never know the answer. I mean, we'll know some things here next week when the league new year starts up. You know, if the Chiefs and Orlando get a deal done, which is probably the less likely option at the moment, well, then we'll all just say, oh, well, Orlando and the Chiefs, they were just cool with getting a deal done, and that's why they didn't feel the need to franchise tag him and tie up that money right now. We'll have to see about that, but we'll get some answers soon. Dez with the 10 again. Random question, where do you think Lamar ends up? Yeah, Lamar Jackson, guys, he got tagged today. What did he get? Was it a non-exclusive franchise tag? So let me see. I won't spend a bunch of time on this, but it was certainly interesting to read about. Ravens sent notice to the NFLPA that they placed the $32.41 million non-exclusive franchise tag. I'm pulling it up right here to QB Lamar Jackson. He's now allowed to negotiate with other teams, but Ravens have the right to match any offer that he signs or take 2 first-round picks in return for him. So where could Lamar end up? I mean, Falcons have been rumored, even though they said they're not interested. I mean, the Jets are inquiring about Aaron Rodgers. You know, so I don't know why they wouldn't at least be interested. Apparently, there's a bunch of teams that have already come out and said they're not interested in Lamar Jackson. I almost think it's like we're going to refuse to give out another fully guaranteed contract because we don't want the Deshaun Massage Watson contract to be the new norm moving forward for quarterbacks or any players. We don't want to fully guarantee these contracts. What if they get hurt? What if other stuff happens and the contract is fully guaranteed? That's ludicrous. Now, we might disagree with that stance, but I think teams don't want to pay a fully guaranteed contract, including the Ravens. So I don't know. Where do you guys think Lamar could end up? I'm curious to know your thoughts there. Then obviously there's been some other moves. I mean, I said Carr. I meant Lamar. I was thinking about Derek Carr. He signed with the Saints. So there was that. Daniel Jones just got a deal done with the Giants. But yeah, no more Derek Carr. We're going to have to retire this photo here soon. It is not relevant anymore, which is sad, but it is what it is. I do wish Derek Carr the best. I kind of like the fact that he did not work with the Raiders on a trade happening. Like, I kind of like that he did that. He's kind of like, nah, screw you guys. I got a no trade clause. I'm not interested. Just release me. And then he went and signed his own deal. I kind of like that. I respected that quite a bit. And then American 1020 with the $50 super sticker. 50? That said, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. Thanks, man, for the 50 bomb. Let's go. Yeah, thanks so much. Holy smokes. Terry, you're the champion. We need more D-line. Yeah, the draft will definitely get some D-line. I don't see why you might not see a double dip there. And then we'll just see, like, free agency. There's a lot of free agents on the Chiefs. We'll see who they bring back, who they let go. I know I'm fumbling my words a little bit. My brain is a little mush, but doing my best here. So, yeah, I mean, then the Chris Jones extension, you've got Karlaftis. I mean, is Dana a free agent? I don't think he is. Let me look. I don't think he is. I could be completely wrong, though. Where's he at? Anyway, they've got people on the line that they're going to have to work through. Why can't I just find him quickly? It never happens when I live stream. Becky with the 50. What the? I got to put out about 20 fires at work. All hell has broken loose. Thanks for the info, Cole. Everyone have a great night. Yo, spam the bees in chat for Bubba Becky. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Supportive as always. She just sent me a bottle of Irish whiskey. I believe it is. I'm almost positive. It's upstairs. I've had a few samples of it. It's been pretty good. So appreciate that, and all the donos, all the gifteds. Cora, I love seeing the red badges. Those are new. The red badges are new. Chad said Cole is him. How about those Chiefs? What's up, Greg? How you doing, man? Cole, Taco Bell or McDonald's? Oh, man, Taco Bell. Not even close. Not even close. Hardman, well, someone said trade Hardman. Hardman's a free agent, Julie, so the Chiefs won't trade him. They don't have him under contract anymore. You don't want Odell? Why not? Why not? I'm just kidding. RG Rosen. What's up, man? Thought I'd tell you I went to that first Chiefs-Jags game and instantly fell in love with Kadarius Toney. Hey, I love that. What a game. Cole Carr makes the Saints the front runner for the NFC South. Yeah, I mean, those other teams in there are not doing well. The Chonkers said, are the Chiefs your favorite team? What do you think? What do you think? Brand, you're the legend. Yo, Brand is flying out to the draft event. He's flying out here and helping me edit videos for the draft. So I'm excited about that. We're going to have Brand in the house. We're going to hold it down. The Bucs should take Lamar. That's something that could happen. Carr quietly went from the worst QB in his division to the best just by dipping out of LV. It helps that he went to the NFC. I mean, that definitely helped. 100%. That's hilarious, actually. Cole, who should the Chiefs look at for veteran backup QB? I mean, we talked about this a little bit, and there's going to be more that become available, but I mean, Mariota's an option. You know, people were linking Carson Wentz, but I think there's some other options. I do think that the Chiefs will look for a veteran QB to at least bring in and compete with Shane Buechele. If Shane Buechele just straight up beats the veteran QB out, John Hale, I think it was, with the membership, I think it just disappeared. Where did that go? I think it disappeared. But John Hale, thanks for the membership renewal, man. Those things go away so fast. Oh, here it is. No, John Hale. Happy to be a member for 6 months. Let's go. You bring us all the time. Bring it all the time, every time. John, thanks so much for the 6 months, man. Appreciate you. Night Hunter with the 6 months. It don't matter who we get. We still going for the Super Bowl number 3 next season. Let's freaking go. Hey, I love it. Yeah, I love it. What's up, ukulele? How have you been? I love being in the streams. I'm glad you're here. I'm doing really well. Doing well, just keeping up with the, all the off-season moves and stuff. It's been fun. Yeah, literally in the house, Mad Max. He's going to be here. Boom. Right here. Twitter is a waste of space on the internet. I mean, I get most of my news from Twitter, but it's a pretty interesting place at times, for sure. What draft event? I missed the news, said Emperor. Yeah, Emperor Jaga. I'm having a pre-draft hangout, April 26th, 6 to 9 p.m. At Boulevard Brewery. I think is it exclamation point register? Is that what it is in the... Will Nightbot do that? Yeah, the pre-draft hangout. Yeah, there it is. There's the link. Hey, quick question, says TC. I've been thinking about splicing together some videos of the Chiefs for Shorts Reels. Is that the question? Because there wasn't a question in that. Yo, Dez with another 10. If we miss on Juju, what other free agent wide receivers have a similar skill set and can play the same role? I mean, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. But we can definitely look at some of the wide receiver free agents. There's not a lot. And Allen Lazard is one of the top free agent wide receivers, I believe. I mean, you can look here. Yeah, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on the particular style of all these free agents, but we can certainly look. Let's see. I mean, these are all free agents. I guess this could be all. You could sort them by age. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, some people said Jarvis Landry. It's like, I don't know about him. Mac Hollins. Didn't realize. Pringle. We bring Pringle back. Justin Watson. I mean, let me go like this. Let me go DJ Shark, Randall Cobb. Dude, Randall Cobb is 32 and a half. Julio Jones is 34. I mean, there's Lazard. I don't here's Juju. I don't know. I'd be curious to know what some of your guys' thoughts are on hey, if Juju can't sign, who's a decent. Oh, what's up, Josh? Yeah, what the heck is up, bro? DJ Chark would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, same age as Juju and would probably be in at least a general ballpark of the Juju amount. I'm curious what the Chiefs are going to offer Juju as far as money. Around 15 a year? He probably wants more. Some are saying, I think even, maybe it was Josh actually saying he wouldn't do more than 12 to 13 a year for Juju. I have no idea. I'm not an expert, dude, by any means. But there's some of the receivers. J. Watt, we should keep. Pringle. Say, nah. Yo, what's up? Yeah, Josh, good to see you in here, man. Pringle was okay with Mahomes. Watson helps on special teams. 17 milli, you think, for Juju? Whew, that's getting up there. What's up, Pokemon? Chiefs not re-signing Orlando guarantees and freeing up cap for wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot to look at, man. With Chris Jones... and just other positions of need too, but wide receiver is definitely one of the positions of need. I mean, in my opinion, so it's gotta be conversations with Juju, and then if it ain't Juju, you gotta have some conversations elsewhere and kind of explore it. That's why. Oh, I forgot I'm sharing my screen. But yeah, that's why when the Chiefs are showing interest in somebody like Lazard, I mean, I think they're just at least putting feelers out and trying to get a feel for things. TC, do you have to get permission from the Chiefs to create those types of videos? Oh, for the YouTube shorts and stuff? I mean, I just use them. So, I mean, they're spliced together pretty uniquely and creatively. I've never had any issues before. Now, for my daily, long form videos, I'm only using bits and pieces of Chiefs or NFL footage in my intro, and that's it. I don't really share any videos during the actual video because they will flag you for those at times if you're doing longer NFL videos in your stuff, and you don't normally get in trouble. They just claim the monetization on that video. So for the long form videos, I don't really use much, no.
And when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper. And
whoa.
Go get it.
Des with the 5, best case scenario, trade up for left tackle and hit. Oh, yeah, cheap left tackle for 5 years. No, 100%. The only thing I'm going to say is I'm not an expert of the draft or even. I mean, now that we know that the Chiefs are not tagging Orlando, I'm going to start looking into tackles, and I'm bringing on a guy who has a YouTube channel with about the same amount of subs. About the same amount of subs as me. His name is Marcus Whitman. He's got a pretty big YouTube channel. I mean, it's 80,000 subs, but all he talks about is the draft. So I'm going to bring him in on Friday, and we're going to talk draft stuff with that guy. He's got some really good content that I'm excited about. But yeah, that is certainly an option. Ukulele, what's up? Cola's him. I wish I could come to the draft party, but a ticket from Hawaii to KC's crazy expensive. Oh, I bet, dude. Hey, man, it's expensive over there for like a gallon of milk. So I couldn't imagine a plane ticket. I got to get out to Hawaii eventually. Jack with the 2. Can you explain the contents of the title? Independence, Missouri, says Jack. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, I talk about it for like the first like 10 minutes. So it's all at the beginning. Normally, if I title something like this, it has a particular subject. I just talk about it right off the jump. So you guys can go back to the beginning, watch it. If you have more questions, I'm happy to kind of follow up on it. But it's a tweet from James Palmer. I mean, this is the tweet. This is the tweet from Palmer. And I kind of dissected just some initial thoughts on it. Some of it's going to be a bit of a smoke screen. I wouldn't read into it too terribly much. But the most interesting part of the tweet was him saying that Toney, the Chiefs believe Toney will be wide receiver 1 in 2023. And certainly he has the potential ability to be. But I think my question is just what your guys' question is, can he stay healthy? So that's something that's in the back of my head. And if the Chiefs go into next season just saying, Toney's going to be wide receiver 1, I just don't think they're going to have that mindset. So that's what threw me off about the tweet. And so I talked about that at the beginning of the video. Thanks for the 2, brother. Ravens seems to be in shambles. We should try to snag Ronnie Stanley or Rashad Bateman. I mean, hey, I'd be curious to look at their contracts and just kind of see where they stand. We'll see about the Ravens, man. It's an interesting situation going on over there. Dakota H, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs having such a horrible report card based on the roughly 1,300 active players? Yeah, 29th out of 32. Yeah, it was pretty shocking. The training staff was like 32nd or something like that. I will say this. I dropped a whole video on that last week. You could look it up, and I talk about it for like 15 minutes. It is from so it was filled out last year. So like March, April of 2022. But really, it was asking questions about the season prior. So it's like a year and a half old info. Some of it's probably been addressed by then. The Chiefs also just lost the AFC Championship game to the Bengals. They had some higher profile players that moved on. Matthew, Tyreek. Morale was definitely lower. They didn't upgrade they upgraded the locker room since then, and they made some changes. The Rick Burkholder thing was a bit concerning to me that multiple players mentioned him specifically by name. So that was certainly interesting. I would think the Chiefs are aware of that and hopefully are going to address it in some way, shape, or form. I don't think he's going to be fired or anything like that. I mean, you can be a great coach and still be hard to get along with people, or you could be a great trainer, and still butt heads with people because you're kind of a hard-nosed guy. I don't think there's any character issues, hopefully. I mean, I don't think so with Burkhardt. I've never really heard otherwise. And then like kind of proof is in the pudding, to be honest, with the Chiefs and their training staff, their medical staff. Like, dude, they're the most winningest organization in the past 5 years, 5 AFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowls, 2 wins. I mean, it kind of costs sometimes. They're a good organization. They're one of the healthiest teams year in and year out in the NFL. So they're doing things right. Now, do they have the most updated facility in every way, shape, or form like maybe Las Vegas does because all their stuff is brand new? I mean, no. But that's just kind of part of the deal. It is what it is there. They're slowly making some upgrades, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. I do have a much more in-depth video on that. I dropped it last week. Do you think Frank Clark should retire, says Tim? What's up, man? Honestly, somebody said that. Somebody said Frank Clark could retire and just ride off into the sunset. I just don't know. He's only 29. Just kind of depends on his health issues, like the stomach issues he's had. I would be curious. I would think he tests the market. I don't see why unless he's just like his body just hurts that bad. I don't see why he would hang it up. Yeah, K. Cook said Frank will sign somewhere. American 1020. Y'all think when Toney was injured with the Giants, he just didn't want to play with them? I mean, that was kind of the rumor that he was borderline faking injury, being difficult to work with because he didn't like being there in some way, shape, or form. I have no idea. But when the Chiefs traded for him, literally everybody, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Coach Reed, Joe Blameyer, the wide receiver coach, they have all said nothing but how much of a hard worker Kadarius Toney is. They've done nothing but compliment his work ethic. Mahomes said he was in there at times, and Kadarius Toney was there every time he was there, and Mahomes is in there early. So, yeah, we'll never know. Is there an element of it? Maybe, probably. Not as blown out as it was made to be. But yeah, I'm glad Kadarius is here. I'll say that much. Tunsil costs a boatload. He will. Clark D-line coach. Maybe you'd have to bring him back as like an assistant or something, because I don't think Cullen's going anywhere yet. But I do like that. I mean, Frank Clark's made so much money, dude. I don't know why he'd want to come back and coach, unless he just loves it that much and doesn't want to give it up. Like, maybe he's not at a place to play anymore, but he wants to keep coaching. Because, dude, you coach, you literally are gone as much as players, if not more. And you're not going to see your family. I know he's got kids, but dude, he's made $70-something million with the Chiefs. So he wouldn't come back to coach because he needs money. I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't think. If the Royals move stadium, said Coffee Black, do you think the Chiefs will utilize the extra space? I mean, possibly. I don't get the vibe that the Chiefs want to completely get a new stadium. I think as long as Clark is the owner and honor and the legacy of his father, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll keep doing upgrades, but I would be curious if the Royals ended up moving downtown, if the Chiefs utilize that space for additional training facilities. I mean, upgrade and all that other stuff. Maybe. I'm a little more hesitant of the thought of the Chiefs building a new stadium over there. I just don't think it would happen. Not going to rule it out, but I don't think it would happen. Do we think the Broncos will be much better this year, says Calzone? I mean, Sean Payton is a freaking great coach. I think they will be better. How much better is just going to be the question. I think they'll be closer to 500. But, you know, they've got really good pieces. They dealt with some unfortunate injuries, and I don't think Hackett was the man for the job. So, yeah, I think they definitely will be better. I think they'll be fighting for third place in the AFC West after the Chiefs and the Chargers. But, yeah. Do we think... Let me see. I now have Tony and Sky and Gray in your Dynasty League. Oh, nice. Never leave Arrowhead, just upgrade it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Tim. Yo, Gage, what up? What positions are we drafting in the first round? No idea, man. I mean, right now, if Orlando doesn't get a deal done, I wouldn't be surprised to potentially see them take a swing at a left tackle in the draft, but we kind of have to wait for free agency and just see how that goes. Do they bring Juju back? Do they get a deal done with Orlando? I think he's going to walk if Orlando goes elsewhere. Do they sign a veteran free agent on a 1 or 2 year deal as a placeholder? Are they trading for something? Like, there's so many, things that can happen between now and then. It's so hard to guess. It is really hard to guess. I mean, there's positions in need that you can kind of deduct. Like, they need a safety. I'm not sure they'll take one in the first round. But you never know. I mean, wide receiver, tackles, D-line. I mean, they need an edge. They need tackles, defensive tackles. They need, they could probably draft linebackers, but I would be surprised if they drafted one in the first round. Unless they're for some reason trading Snead. I'd be surprised if they take a cornerback in the first round. But I would think both of the trenches, both sides of the ball, offense, defense, safety, wide receiver, potentially. I always in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh man, what if they got a wide receiver round one? But we'll just see. I'm not sure. Who do you guys think right now, currently? Tim, O-line is the most important part for us. No, yeah. 1,000%, man. K. Cook, life's on the line. Are the Chiefs moving up in the draft? If my life was on the line? Gosh, I'd say yeah. I don't know how much they'd move up, but I would say yeah if my life was on the line. Cole, your dad's a Raiders fan? I mean, I don't have a son. Preston, you can come be my son if you want your dad to be a Chiefs fan. Joking, of course, but I am sorry. Josh said I'd watch Taylor Rapp as a veteran free agent safety the Chiefs might bring in. Ooh, Taylor Rapp? Kind of like in place of Thornhill, like a Thornhill placeholder. Taylor Rapp, he's still under contract, but you think they could make a trade for him? Is that what you're saying, Josh? It looks like he's still under. No, I'm tripping. He's a free agent. Yeah, you're right. He's 26, free agent in 2023, and yeah, I mean he's looking for a second deal. Interesting. Dude, Josh, I need to have you in on a video, man. Talk some thoughts on Chiefs and the offseason, bro. A lot of these guys, Josh Fan, anybody from like Arrowhead Addict, KCSN, RGR, they've been covering the Chiefs for so long. There's some knowledgeable vets in the game. I'm over here like drinking from a fire hose every single day. I mean, I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life, but since I started the YouTube channel January 2022, that's when I really started deep diving into all things Chiefs and on just a way more insane level. And so still learning every day. How much cap space if Orlando, Frank, and McColl are all gone? Well, I don't fully know how to even do the math there. I mean, Frank Clark frees up $21 million, but I'm not sure. Like McColl's a free agent, and Orlando is as well. But I mean, Orlando's cap hit last year was 16. McColl's was probably a few. I mean, this is off the top of my head. He's a few $1 million. He was a second-round wide receiver. I don't know. Like, does anybody know off the top of your head? Like, those guys are free agents, so I'm not really sure. I mean, if you're just looking at how much they cost last year to then letting them walk, I mean, Orlando, by not tagging him, saves you 20. Frank saves you 21 by releasing him, and McColl was 3. But you're going to have to replace some of the production from what you released. Like, if Orlando doesn't come back, you've got to find a left tackle. So you got to do something there. And then Frank Clark, you've got to replace his production there. And that could be done for less than $21 million, more than likely. Orlando's 16. Well, he was 16 this past year. Another tag, if they tagged him again, would have been 20. We trade up for a swing defensive lineman guy like Smith and sign a left tackle to a 1 to 3 year deal. Steven suggests, throws that one up there. JK, what do you think about the Chiefs being the top team to pick up D-Hop? I've talked about that in like 2 videos now. Honestly, JK, I did a video last Friday. I literally talk through all the scenarios that I could think of between Juju Smith-Schuster and DeAndre Hopkins, weigh out the pros and cons. That's a video you should definitely watch. I'm not opposed, I guess, to the idea of D-Hop, but I am leaning more team re-sign Juju, and I kind of go in depth in that video. I mean, I spent 15 minutes on it. It's a great in-depth video. I mean, I have Carrington on there as well from 610 Sports. Definitely worth your watch. Yo, Jack Hall with the 3 months. Love you, Cole. Keep doing you, bro. Kadarius Toney emoji. Ooh, which made me think. Lamp. Let's go. Thanks so much for the 3 months, bro. Let's go. How high do you think we trade up in the draft? Yeah, Jesse, I have no idea. Tim, with the 2 months W. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Jesse, I don't know. If the Chiefs plan on going all out for a left tackle, they could trade up quite a bit. But we'll have to just wait and kind of see how some of the free agency pans out prior. Veach about to make big moves this offseason, says Colin. Trust. Isn't the Chiefs interested in Jalen Ramsey? Not really, Preston. No, I don't think so. He's a free agent, underrated free agent that would cost half as much as Bates or Garner Johnson. Ooh, okay, I like that. Yeah, I have his name here. I'm gonna save that name. Taylor Rapp. I like that. Have to study him a bit more. 3-8. Taylor Rapp. I kind of like his last name. It's kind of fire. So what? Someone say 6K to 100K? Where did that message go? Dude, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we'll be at 100K, I mean, pretty quick here. 100K stream next week, right? I was just telling Danny FLDB, whenever we get to like 99.9K subs, I'm just going to go live. Like, I don't even care if that's at 3 a.m. on a Saturday. I think once we hit 99,900 subs, I'm just going to go live until we go to 100K. You know, the stream might not be super long, but I want to try to be live when we cross the 100K mark. I just think that's a really cool accomplishment. So we'll definitely do like a celebration stream for it, but I'm also going to try to hop in on a quick live stream to be there when we hit 100K. I just think that would be crazy. So I don't exactly know when that's going to be. We've had a couple videos hit the algorithm really hard recently, and we've been averaging like 1,000 to 1,200 subs a day, like the last like 4 days. I have a feeling that's going to taper off, and we might be back down to like, 500-600 subs a day. Just kind of depends on how the algorithm picks up on some of these vids, but it's going to hit. I just don't know exactly when yet. Yeah, you love Carrington? Dude, he's awesome. He's like always offered to help me on the channel, and he like hit me up last night. He's like, dude, let's do a Zoom call today and talk Orlando Brown Jr. and Frank Clark. So we just went live on my channel today when he was at the office, and yeah, he's been nothing but helpful, man. D-Hop, all the veterans, very expensive. Yeah, I mean, $34 million over the next 2 years. He needs I just saw today the Cardinals won a second round for him and something else. So Eric said, I never stress with personnel moves. It's hard to not trust the people the organization has in place. Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting when they make moves that you're like, what? Didn't see that coming. I mean, I thought Orlando was going to get tagged. What? Somebody just said, someone's saying something about Juju. Do you have a live tracker? Yeah, I could do a screen share. I could do a screen share and we could track it live. So I have a live tracker in analytics, and it looks like this. So I could go live, and I could just screen share this corner, and we could watch the subs move in real time. So yeah, we're roughly 6,000 away, man. That's freaking nuts, actually. Holy smokes. Good God Almighty. How do you feel about the Chiefs releasing McColl? Well, he's already a free agent, Dakota. So how do I feel? Bittersweet, man. Tim said Hardman got to stop tweeting these weird tweets. Yeah, he just tweeted this out. I just shared it right before going live. He said, you only see what they want to show you. And then he said something else like the day before. But yeah, I don't know. I liked Hardman. I think the Kadarius Toney trade pretty much means Hardman's going. I enjoyed him while he was here. He had a rough year this year with injuries. But I wish the best for him, and if somehow he makes his way back to KC, I'm not going to complain about it. I just think he's gone. Yo, Jack with the 5, much love, bro. But I got a question for the Red-Bearded Bandit. What's up, man? If we retain Juju, do you think we will pursue any more receivers or just a tackle? Well, if we bring back Juju, I mean, there's still the thought of like a wide receiver 5 or 4, or just bringing in depth. Like Justin Watson's a free agent, and he was like wide receiver 5, I think, for all intents and purposes. One of the lower wide receivers on the roster from a number standpoint, but played a lot of special teams. I don't think Veach, at least, I think Veach will look around. I think I would more lean that they would retain Juju and go wide receiver in the draft. Now, I did see an interesting tweet today. Yo, Terry, thanks so much for the 5 gifted again.
When it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it.
Yeah, thanks so much. I did see a tweet today that said, as good as Brett Veach has drafted in the recent years, the Chiefs have struggled to draft a dependable wide receiver over the past few years. So that's definitely something to watch. Like, I hope he can land one that just balls out for the team. And I have hopes for Sky Moore. We'll just have to see what this year looks like with him. But like, think about who else? Cornell Powell was one. I need my bottle opener. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So I do think they'll if they retain Juju, they'll draft one. If they don't, they'll go get one and draft one. I mean, it might not be a first rounder, but dang. Thanks for the gifted Terry. And then Dez again? Dude, HBTC, like the Lady Legion? I don't even know what to call y'all, but y'all are going ham tonight. Brand said, just make sure you post an announcement for the stream in Discord. Oh yeah, good idea, Brand. It's hard to predict exactly when it's going to happen, but we'll definitely do it. Flip said, once you reach 99,999 subs, I'm going to unsubscribe to the channel so I can be your 1 millionth. Hey, let's go. Let's go, Flip. Yeah, I don't want to get on too early and have to stream for hours. So I'll get on with like 100 or so left. Because we've been growing at least 1,000 subs a day. I mean, it just kind of depends on the day right now. There's a couple of videos that the algorithm is just throwing. Like the Mahomes Lombardi trophy short that I made is at 6 million views on here. I don't even know why. Some videos just do so well, and it's very surprising how well they do, and that really jumps up the sub count pretty high, which I'm grateful for that. Thanks for the 5, Flip. K Cook with the 5. Rooting for you, man. I'm sending this channel to the fam. Let's go, bro. I mean, this is like, I'm just a fan, so I'm not an analyst. I will refer you guys to a couple other channels for more analytical content or bring them in to the channel to get their thoughts. So, but, you know, what I always aim to do here is, you know, all the big picture Chief stuff you're going to get. You'll get it from as good of a perspective as I can get through research and keep the content going all the time. That's always the goal. And I try to be entertaining and fun. You know, my humor doesn't always land. Dry humor and the sarcasm, you know, people don't always get it. I think I'm getting better at it, but it doesn't always land. So I try, but Aaliyah said if you know, at first you don't succeed, just, you know, dust yourself off, try again. So that's all we do. You'll get 100K during the draft, or we're going to get 100K, in like a week. So it's before the draft for sure. I was predicting by the draft, but we're early. We're ahead of time. We're ahead of schedule here. Hey, you deserve these subs, said Alexander. Thank you, man. Veach to all free agents. Anybody want a ring? And that's where I think I was talking about this recently. Where was I talking about it? Was it what live stream? It was maybe a live stream. I feel like Veach can play a bit of hardball now. Proof is in the pudding. Hey, you want to come win a ring? The Chiefs are one of the best teams in the NFL to be able to do that. Proof is here over the past 5 years. I think hopefully we start seeing some players come and just chase rings with the Chiefs for a bit of a discount. You know, maybe they're getting paid less than they would on a different team, but they come to KC to win, man. So hopefully that's what we see a little bit more of this offseason. I'd love to see it in some capacity. What do you think Andy Reid will do to build up the receivers again? Honestly, at the beginning of this video, I shared quite a bit of my thoughts on the wide receiver core. Some will disagree with me. I don't know that a lot needs to be done. If they have Kelsey, they have Juju, MVS, Sky, and Toney. I mean, there's your main core from last year, and build on that. Maybe draft another. If they want to somehow take another swing in free agency on somebody else other than Juju, I'm open. I don't know that they can bring back Juju and sign another bigger free agent. I don't see it happening. Although, hey, if Veach wants to do it, let's go. But I think the core stays pretty much the same. Pryor said, Cole, you got to thank all those bandwagon fans for the YouTube traction. What do you mean? Kelsey having a lot of success off the field. I can see him retiring earlier than expected. We need to start looking for a replacement. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs draft a tight end this year. I don't know when. I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a tight end next year. Noah Gray is going to be hopefully stepping up in his role. He was, I don't know his stats off the top of my head, but they were better than last year. And hopefully the next year they're even higher than that. It's not Travis Kelce numbers. I almost said Kelsey brothers. You can tell I've been working all day, and this is my 4th video. But yeah, I don't see why they at least wouldn't explore a tight end in the draft. It's crazy to me that the Chiefs have somehow snagged the 2 greatest tight ends borderline in the history of the NFL. I mean, if you don't want to put Kelsey at 1 and Gonzalez at 2, like they're both in the top 5. Like there's no debating that. It's crazy that they both landed on the Chiefs. Hopefully the Chiefs can do something again, even if it's 80% of Kelsey's production. That sounds good to me. Alexander with the 5. What's up, man? Not a part of the Lady Legion, but don't want to miss out. You deserve to hit 100K. Keep up the great work for seasons to come. Thanks so much, man. It's so fun to get up and just cover the team, that I grew up just watching and loving my entire life, man. It's been a blast. I'm just sitting. I feel like the stream's lagging. Is the stream lagging to you guys? What are we thinking? I have the latency on ultra fast, which does demand a little bit more bandwidth, but let me know if I've been pretty laggy. Is Butker back next year? Yeah, he's under contract, but Tommy Townsend is not. He's a free agent. What kind of free agent is he, though? I know he's a free agent. Let me see. Tommy Townsend. He is an RFA, a restricted free agent. So, yeah, the Chiefs can bring him back. But yeah, so Butker's safe, though. Yeah. How can we even grade Veach's offseason performance after this season? What do you mean? Scanner? How can we grade his offseason performance after this season? Yo, Dez back with another 10. I know you have the pre-draft thing. Are you live streaming the actual draft? Yeah, I think the thought is we'll do the pre-draft hangout at Boulevard. I'm going to stream all 3 days of the draft, like live here, and react to it. But I will probably go up to Union Station one of the 2 days, or maybe 1 or 2 days for a little bit to see people and just experience it. I'm not going to probably be there live during the actual draft. I'll stream it here because we're going to be making like crazy content. We're going to do, all kinds of stuff. We have a bunch planned. I'm going to have 2 editors here. Brand's going to be here and Jack's going to be here. And we're going to do all kinds of videos. Probably pop out like a dozen videos over the weekend, to be honest, over the draft few days. So thanks so much, Des. Are you coming to the event? Do you think we'll get Odell, says Luke? I don't think so. I don't. Carrington on draft days? Like having Carrington here to react with me? That would be fun. I don't know what he's up to. Big Chief said, Cole, how do you snatch one of those gifted memberships? Honestly, bro, it's completely random. That's the only thing. Twitch, like on Twitch, I could literally click your name and gift you a membership right now. But on YouTube, it's all random. Mile High, what about the Broncos? Darnell Washington would be incredible, says Nicholas, especially with a guy like Kelsey placing under his wing. There's bigger holes, though. Just imagine the 3 tight end sets. Hey, man. I don't think tight end is a position that's off limits for the Chiefs to draft and trade up for in round 1. I don't think that's going to be as high priority per se as some other positions, but like I don't think in my head, I don't think they would draft a running back in round 1. They're not drafting a quarterback in round 1, a kicker, like a punter, but like all the other positions, like they could potentially take a swing. I mean, Brett Veach literally said in, was it an interview with Chris Sims maybe at the Combine? Or maybe just his interview at the Combine. He basically said they're just going to look at their true round 1 grades in the first round, and if they have somebody that's valuable, they'll go get him. He literally said it doesn't he almost doesn't care what position group it is to an extent. I mean, he said, a few years ago they thought they were good at D-line and lost 3 defensive linemen in the first few weeks of the season and then suddenly needed help again. So he's not always going to look at the numbers. But, yeah, be interesting to see, man. Flip with the 5. Did I answer this? What is the chance of Kelsey wanting to take a new arrival tight end from the draft free agency under his wing? Oh, he would definitely do it. He's been doing that with Noah Gray. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you watch the behind-the-scenes stuff of Kelsey, and he's the biggest fan of all those guys. When Jody Fortson scores a touchdown, Travis Kelsey is the first one there celebrating. When Noah Gray had that crazy freaking catch against, it was early in the season on a key 3rd down in overtime, I believe. And remember, Noah Gray went up and high-pointed the ball, bobbled it, and caught it. I was on a 3rd down. Travis Kelsey on the mic'd up, man, freaking lost his mind. Travis Kelsey's the biggest fan of the tight end room and believes in Kansas City as a whole and wants to see them win. He'll definitely take someone under his wing. 1,000%. Yo, Brand with 5 gifted? Oh, shoot. Thank you, Brand. Appreciate you, man. Someone should send a big dono. It's all good, dude. That's funny, though. Cole, if you could have any player, who would you want as backup QB? Ooh, that's a good question, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind like Marcus Mariota, just some solid veteran that's proven. I'll trust Veach on that, but there's a couple out there that are vets that I wouldn't mind seeing over here. But when you say any, I mean, dude, without money being a factor, I mean, Derek Carr would have been a good one. Like, no trolling. Lamar Jackson would have been a good one. But those guys are starters. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. Do you think they bring Lazard and Juju, said Nancy. I don't know if could the Chiefs do that? Yeah. But, I mean, dude, you're going to have, if they did that, they would have MVS under contract, Juju under contract, Lazard under contract. I mean, that's going to start adding up quite a bit. I'm not sure that they will do that. I'm more in my head, you guys tell me if I'm crazy, but in my head, I'm thinking the Chiefs draft one and then bring one in. Whether that's retaining Juju or somebody else if they can't work something out with him. I then think they draft one, but I'm not really sure that they sign 2. What do you guys think? Linebacker for depth, edge ×2, defensive tackle ×2, and a couple offensive tackles. Yeah, we'll definitely see, Eric. I mean, I see all that happening, especially, going ham at the D-line, addressing the O-line a bit in the tackle position. I still wonder about safety a little bit. I know you don't have safety in there, but I wonder if they could take a safety. Chiefs will probably go defensive end or left tackle first round. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that by any means. I'd just be curious, when you get that late in round 1, unless you're trading up, who's going to be available? Chucky Alarms, draft all the players, best ones, all of them. That's right. Gina said you just want the greats on your team to stay together. Yeah, talking about Frank Clark. Clutching the playoffs and Super Bowls just hurt. Yeah, he was a great dude. Had a great relationship with Andy Reid. Great presence in the locker room. But, if you look at what he was getting paid for his production, I don't know if Josh Fan's still in here. But Josh Fan, no pun intended, wasn't the biggest fan of Frank Clark. And, I think he showed up at times, but when you look at how much Frank Clark was getting paid for his production, I don't know. I don't know if it, I'm not sure you win at least Super Bowl 54 without the guy, but they had to move on, and they still couldn't work out a money-friendly deal, and that's why they had to release him. Yeah, but he's a legend, and much respect to Frank Clark, certainly. I was a little surprised they couldn't work something out with him, but saving $21 million on the cap, you got to do it. Yo, Aaron, what's up, man? If you could have one Chief from the past in their prime in this incarnation of the Chiefs, who would you take? You'd go Willie Roaf. That's a good one. I mean, a couple that came to mind, Eric Berry or Derek Thomas. Either of those would be fantastic to me. If I want to go with a skill player, in the Chiefs' current offense, dude, give me, Jamal Charles would have been pretty fun. Give me Tony, bro. I've said this before, but give me Tony Gonzalez lined up opposite of Travis Kelce. That's freaking insane. That's insane. That gets me giddy. It would obviously it never happen, but that would be freaking insanity. Dante Hall said Luke. Yeah, Eric Berry, Jamal Charles, or DT. Yeah, I was kind of there too. DJ, Derek Johnson. You think Nolan Smith will still be on the board at 31? I have no idea, Ree. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea. Take best available at 31. Go for position every round after. They very well could just play it safe, just like that. Who said that? Chad? Scanner said, am I crazy to ask if Ryan Fitzpatrick can come out of retirement to back up Mahomes? Yeah, I like his beard. Dude, how old is that guy? Ryan Fitzpatrick age. 40? I don't know. I like the guy, but I don't know. At 40? Not sure. Yeah, Jamal Charles with Mahomes is game over. Do you think you'll be drafting a Tank 7? What, Mad Max? You think you'll be drafting a Tank 7? I don't think it's going to be on tap, Tank 7. I think it's going to be their lighter beers. I could be wrong, though. But I somehow got to get a Tank 7 in there. That's my favorite beer. And speaking of that, I'm opening it up right now. Tank 7. That's hilarious. I need to know if we signed DeAndre Hopkins. We have not signed DeAndre Hopkins, no. Not sure we will. I'd like to see us take a free safety in the first round. I don't think taking a safety in the first round is off the table. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen, but it could. Someone should make a Chiefs dream team using only players who have played for the Chiefs. Oh, that'd be a game over. That could be an off-season video idea, Brand. Let's do that. That's a great idea. Imagine Tony and Kelce, 2 tight end sets would be crazy. Yup. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Justin Houston. That'd be a good one. Yeah, Priest Holmes in his prime would be nuts. Andre Rison. Nice. Haven't heard him for a little bit. What about getting Cam out of retirement? Cam Newton is a backup. I don't really hate that per se. You just need a QB that's going to be able to step in, that's been there before. Cam's been there before. I guess the question is, how's Cam Newton's body? I know he's had a couple shoulder surgeries. As somebody who's had shoulder surgeries myself, it's a tough ordeal. I'm not a professional athlete, obviously, but those are tough ordeals. I can still throw around a football, but dude, my shoulder's not the same. I've had 2 surgeries on my throwing shoulder. It's just not the same, man. Drafted QB in round 1. Yeah, that's not happening. Chad said couple tanks and I need a nap. Jimmy G would be a serviceable backup, Mad Max. That would be a great one. I think he's going to be too expensive and might get a starting job, possibly. If not, he's just expensive. I wouldn't mind him at all. Boulevard Irish Ale. Hey, I had one of those for the first time the other day, Uri. It was really good. Yeah. You'd rather draft a guy in the 4th round? What guy, Kyler? What position? Your shoulder got worse after surgery? Yeah, man, shoulder surgeries are tough, bro. What do you think the Chiefs should draft? I think they will draft a running back. Yeah, I think they will. Probably in the later rounds, but We'll have to wait and see. If they take a first-round running back, I mean, I might shut the stream off. Sort of kidding. Do you think the Chiefs will trade Snead for Ramsey? No. They need cap space. They're going to save Snead. Younger, way cheaper, and one of the best graded cornerbacks in the league. Fits the Chiefs' defensive scheme great. I mean, he's one of the key pieces, in my opinion, on the defense. You love Cam, Mercedes? I'm down with that. Your backup QB can't be a huge distraction. Cam's a no-go. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could see that being a reason why. Ooh, Jared Allen would be freaking, dude, Night Hunter. That would be crazy. Jared Allen with Chris Jones. I mean, hey, give me Derek Thomas with Chris Jones. I mean, any of those guys, I mean, would be pretty nuts. Jared Allen was a freak, though. A dual threat running back with speed. I do like it. Saquon? I don't think we're getting Saquon. Put Dante Hall and Mahomes and Travis, Tyreek, Charles, and Toney. Oh, QB in the 4th round? Okay. Thinking we bring in Jacoby Brissett for a year? Yeah, that's a guy on the list of veteran QBs to bring in. Jacoby Brissett, Mariota. I mean, Wentz, I think was, I did a video on him last week about him being potentially or landing in KC, or at least having odds to land in KC. I don't know that he's the guy, but they need a veteran. They'll more than likely bring in a veteran to compete with Bouchel. Like, for sure. New era, Jose. So Orlando is gone. Question mark. No, I mean, more than likely, yes. but there's still a chance he gets a long-term deal done. They either didn't sign the tag because they were so far off in negotiations and were just like, it's not even going to be worth tagging the guy. Might as well let him go to free agency. He won't tie up $20 million in cap space all offseason long. We could use the cap space for other moves that we need to make. So that's what's more than likely, according to a lot of people, what's going on. They're just so far off in discussions. The Chiefs value Orlando at a certain level. Orlando values himself higher, as another Pro Bowl season happened last season and a Super Bowl champion now. That's more than likely what's going on. Or they have worked out a deal on both sides that they're willing to get something done and there's no need to tag. Those are the two. I think it's probably 75-80% no deal, 20 to 25% a deal. Maybe that is a little bit too conservative in my thoughts on them getting a deal done. Brand became a member? Oh, nice. With 5 months, maybe we can do live, interactive, build your own dream team, do polls for picking favorites at an 11-player offense, 11-player defense, using only players who played on the team. That's a fun idea. We should, dude, it's going to get pretty slow in the offseason, especially in the summer months. Let's do that, Brand. Let's do it live. We'll have people vote. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's definitely a great idea. Yeah, a lot of people like Mariota, the idea of Mariota calling in. Brand, thanks for the 5-month renewal, brother. The yellow badge looking good. Yeah, that's a great idea. Congratulations on almost having 95,000 subs, says Michael. You deserve everything that comes your way. Dude, thank you, man. Wouldn't be where I am without you guys, and it's been a dream. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It's been a freaking dream to be able to do this. Dream team would be cool. Tons of possibilities. Yeah, we'll do that in a live stream. That's a great idea. Hill is overrated. Tyreek Hill? I mean, I don't know. I think he was great, personally. You going to do any mock drafts? Yeah, Des will probably do mock drafts, but honestly, like, I'm probably going to have to bring somebody in with me. Like, I'll have to do it with somebody. I'm just not, like, I'm studying on draft stuff, but dude, I'm just not that knowledgeable. Like, my day off last football season was Saturdays, and I spent it with the fam. I didn't follow college ball. I'm basically a Chiefs beat reporter. I mean, virtually. So I know the Chiefs and their current team, and I'm studying some free agency stuff, but the draft is a whole nother beast. If I do a mock draft, I'd either have to just do it live with you guys, and you could help me. But I probably need somebody else that knows more. in there with me. I mean, I'm studying, but there's a lot, man. It's a whole lot. How about them corn dogs? Facts, Colin. Toney better than Hill? I mean, I don't know how you could say that yet. Don't know how you could say that. Do a Twitter poll by position. I mean, we'd probably do it live on a live stream right here with you guys. Pro Bowl odds have become a joke. No, I agree, Michael, but I'm just saying he's going to use that, though. Yeah, he's definitely going to use it. You got to do a chief award ceremony? Like with the past season and stuff? That's a cool idea. You're not a Redbeard legend yet? Not yet. You're close, though. Whoa! Whoa, Brand did a legend emoji? Hey, let's go. Wait, why is it won't let me do it? Why? Is it because I need to refresh my page? Let me try it again. Oh, it worked. Yo, we have legend emojis. Let's freaking go, dude. Oh, let's go. Thank you, Brand, for doing that, man. Hey, Cole, what's up, pimp? Said Blue Devil. What's up, dude? Great show. How about them draft picks we about to get? Well, what do you, from who? From what? I mean, we'll have 12. 11 or 12? You think we're getting more? You should do a Madden series, said Luke. I'm honestly not opposed to that. I'm not very good at Madden, though. But I'm not opposed to it. Especially during the slow time. Bring in Nick Wright, draft stuff. Hey, I will take a shot and try to bring in Nick Wright on the video. Will it happen? I don't know, but I will definitely try. What did you do before becoming a YouTuber? Asked Chad. I was a videographer by trade for a handful of years. I made music before that. So it's all kind of one thing led to another. I made hip-hop music for a while. That kind of morphed into doing photography and videography. I'm a creative at heart. So music, photography, videography. Always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Just didn't know what. Like I had a YouTube channel for the music and stuff, but once I started doing videography, that really took over. But yeah, videography, man. That's why like this camera is for my videography stuff, like the lighting, like building this set. You know, I use like my experience of that for just crystal clear lighting, for nice audio. The editing that I do on the videos, I mean, that's from being a video editor. So, yeah, that was what I did before. Bouchel may be the guy. Yeah, he may be the guy, Scanner. But I still think they'll bring in a vet to compete. Now, maybe it's not a high-profile veteran. Dude, it could be somebody we're like, who? Or, huh? But I still think they'll bring in a veteran for competition. Maybe it's not a Mariota or one of the higher profile backups. American 1020 with the 10. Brand, can we get a number 15 emoji, pretty please? And by the way, Nick Wright is a crazy man. Love he's on our team. Bro, he is. He really is. Thanks for the 10, bro. A 15 emoji, that's a cool idea. I think we have an MVP one, don't we? We have MVP. We have corn dog. But a 15, that's a cool idea. Would you rather have D-Hop, OBJ, or Lazard? I mean, my initial thoughts between the three is probably D-Hop. But if you have to literally take into consideration their cost and what it's going to require to get them here, I mean, possibly Odell. Because you could bring him in on like a 1-year deal. You know, as depth. And, I mean, he would be great. I mean, Lazard's going to demand a multi-year contract. D-Hop, 2 years. You got to trade for him. He wants an extension. Great question. The way Toney can juke has potential to make him an all-time great. Yeah, that's what's tough about Toney right now is just the injury history. But I'm rooting for him for sure. Rooting for him for sure. Hard to top Henny in big game situations. Hey, 100%, Bill. Really is. Who's your top three offensive tackles available in free agency, top 3. I don't know. They just released a guy that was interesting today from the Bucks, but he graded out pretty low overall. The thing is, they're gonna free agents are gonna keep getting released on the offensive line. I can pull up all left tackles right now in free agency. Here's the guys who they are at the moment. Purely left tackles. Look at this. It was Donovan Smith that was released today. Here's your guys. This is all you got right now. But more are gonna become available. But yeah, this is what you got right now. You tell me. You tell me. This guy's 41 years old. He's a no. Donovan Smith, but look how much, dude, that's a lot of money. He's 29, almost 30. Bro, you got to think they're potentially trying to work something out with Orlando. If they ain't doing that, they have to have somebody in mind for a trade, potentially, or going heavy in the draft. I don't. There's going to be more that become available, but this is really what's available right now. A lot can change, though, so a lot can change between now and, the new league year hasn't started yet. That's when you're going to start seeing some stuff happen. Yo, Dave said my son will be at the pre-draft party. Colorado's too far to travel for it. So you bought him a ticket? Oh, dude. I'll have to get a photo with him, Dave. Appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Kelsey's wide receiver 0. Yeah, Tony's hammies have to hold up. Odell's going to want the ball forced to him. I don't think it'll be a locker room problem. I think it'll be fine. If anybody can handle it, it's going to be Andy Reid and the healthy culture that they have. I'm not that worried about that stuff, personally. If D-Hop was a free agent, D-Hop, yep. Lazard isn't any better than what we already have. No, that's why I did a video on him today, Night Hunter, and just said he's not a wide receiver 1. He'd be really just some depth for the team. But I don't even think he would be if the Chiefs can't retain Juju, I'm not even sure if Lazard, I don't think the answer is Lazard. I think Juju's a better receiver than Lazard, personally. Yeah, I'm excited too, Ahmed. He said, I'm excited to see what Veach will do this offseason. Me too. Prairie Girl. Does KT have ACLs? We need an x-ray of his knees. I don't know if he does. I can neither confirm nor deny it. Please don't let Tony become the new Hammy Watkins. Yeah, please no. Savior 1911. Hey, Cole, you think the kicker position is underrated or nah? Butker scores hellas. Do I think it's underrated? No, I think it's a pretty valuable position. I think it's an over-scrutinized position. You literally love them when they make it or hate them when they miss it. So I think sometimes fans can jump to extremes of wanting Butker gone or this kicker gone. But yeah, Butker's been very clutch, and I think he'll be back next season. Jackson Mahomes for quarterback? No. That guy's a mess right now, man. He's got enough issues of his own to worry about. I'm not sure what positions they should fill in the draft. What would the Chiefs do? Random gameplays. We've kind of been talking about it on and off all stream, and it's just hard to know until we see some of these off-season moves in free agency first. Yeah. Gary said, who do you like better, Jamal Charles or Holmes? Over a long period of time, I'm going to go with Jamal Charles. I might go with Priest over his 3-year stretch, though. Yeah, the list is so unenticing, says Pickle. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's nobody on there. 41.1, the new 41, says Phil. If we're giving out fully guaranteed contracts to former MVPs, might as well pay Matt Ryan $300 million guaranteed. Oh, no, sir. I mean, Lamar's a little bit of a different story there. He's 26. I mean, Matt Ryan's like pretty much washed. Veach could have faith in Ross squared. I don't think he would have signed those guys if he didn't like their potential upside versus the risk that they have by signing them, which isn't much. But I don't think they're going to go into the season being like banking on Justin Ross popping off or John Ross. I think that's just a bonus. Like, if it happens, that's freaking great, and you're bringing them in for competition to compete in the wide receiver room. Yo, Pacey with the 1 month. Let's go, dude. Wait, I can send a highlighted chat even if you got it gifted? Yes, sir. Let's go. David Goodson. Hey, Cole just got here after watching the Eagles fans rage. You should collab with New Heights. Well, dude, Eagles fans rage. I'm sure those are some fun video clips. The Kelsey brothers are on a whole other level than me. You know, if they ever want to collab, I'm 1,000% down. But I mean, they're way up here and I'm down here. You know what I mean? So love it though. Keep Butker, let Townsend go. Since Townsend is an RFA, I think they're gonna bring him back for a year. I think, but could be wrong. Adam Thielen would be nice in this offense if the Vikings release him. Is he slated to get released, Tommy? Is he slated to get released? I don't know. I don't know his contract situation. Let's see. I mean, he's got a dead cap of $7 million and a cap hit of 21. I don't think they would release him. No, I think he's locked in for one more year. 2 more years. No, he's not going anywhere this year. His cap hit in 2023 is $13.5 million. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. But I wouldn't mind him. I mean, I can't believe it. He's 33. Still locked up like that. Woo. No, I appreciate you, American 1020. Glad you're here. Status on Orlando Brown? That's Love Dog. I mean, there's not really an update. Other than other than they didn't tag him and it's trending towards him, exploring the market, testing the market and free agency. But we'll definitely have to see, man. I mean, that's all that's really there at the moment. They didn't tag him. And the deadline expired today, so they can't tag him. It's done. Blue Devil Cole, do you think we moving up in the draft, Townsend is the best if we do move up? What are we going to pick up? Let's freaking go. Impossible to know until the Chiefs make some free agent moves. But I would assume right now O-line or D-line in the first round at the moment. But yeah, Townsend's awesome. I think they bring him back. That's where the training staff comes in. Yeah, for like Toney and John Ross and Justin Ross. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Brett Veach seems to find hidden talent deep in the draft, says Tink, and I agree. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, they didn't franchise tag Orlando. Nope, they did not. No worries, Love Dog. Do you think we'll re-sign Juju and get Lazard? I don't think they can do both. I think they attempt to re-sign Juju. If they do, then they'll draft a receiver. But I'm no expert, man. I am no expert. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Lazard is good depth. You're right. I just don't know. You have MVS under contract. If you re-sign Juju, I mean, that's a pretty decent contract. Kelsey's costing a decent amount of money. Joe Tooney's costing a decent amount of money. You're trying to extend Chris Jones. The problem is Lazard, he's coming off his rookie deal, I believe, and he's going to probably get signed to a multi-year deal. So I don't know if you can have MVS on a multi-year, Lazard on a multi-year, Juju on a multi-year. We'll see, though. Do you watch Hang Time? I do not, Pacey. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Night Hunter, yeah, I mean, if we re-sign Juju, we have no need for Lazard. I mean, dude, if the cap was unlimited, re-sign Juju and bring in Lazard. I mean, and draft one. Like, let's freaking go. But nah. D-line and linebackers at Combine. Is that what you liked? Cole, did you see the Creed skit? Yeah, that they cut out of Sunday Night Live. I DM'd. Yeah. I saw it. I shared it on Twitter. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm not very active on Instagram, but I'm on Twitter quite a bit. I shared it on Twitter. It was really good. We saw the available OT list. OB Jr. looked great on that list. Yep, at 26, he's getting paid. Facts. I think he's going to get paid. I think you're right. And I think that's why, like, negotiations didn't go well. I think the Chiefs were like, hey, man, here's what we can pay you. And, like, Veach draws a line in the sand. Like, we're a championship caliber team. You want to come win another ring? Like, let's go. And I think Orlando and his agent know what the market is, and they know they're going to probably get the bag in free agency. I mean, I had an interview. You guys got to check it out. Me and Carrington did a live stream earlier today, and he said he thinks Orlando is going to get signed by another team day one of free agency, the new league year, March 15th. He thinks Orlando's going to get signed day one because he's going to be one of the biggest free agents on the market. Yeah, he does look great on that list, huh? Any word on what will happen with McColl, says Montana Chiefs fan. No, I mean, it's trending right now that he'll probably get signed elsewhere, but no, like, official word. I mean, McColl's being cryptic on Twitter right now. He said an hour ago, you only see what they want to show you. So I don't know what that means. In Beach we trust. Yep. Facts. What do you think is going to be our left tackle plan? Yeah, I wish I knew. Avinash. Wish I knew, man. They've got a plan. If they were comfortable with not tagging Orlando, bro, they have to have a plan. I don't know if that's trading for somebody. I don't know if that's the draft. I mean, maybe they go all in the draft. They got to have a plan. Because you guys saw the list for left tackle. It's not that good. Cole, can you find my name in free agency? Unfortunately, that site you pulled up earlier only listed the first 500 free agents. Do what? I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure. I don't know, Flip. Thanks for the 5, brother. Toney is the answer for left tackle? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. He's only played one game at left tackle. I mean, for the Chiefs. Just Yerfdog said, do you think we didn't franchise OBJ because they have a deal in place? I mean, that is a possibility. Yeah, that is definitely a possibility. It seems like it's trending in the direction of they couldn't get a deal done, but it is a possibility that they both agreed, hey, we like this deal, let's get it done. We'll see, though. Brand, with the 5. Wherever McColl ends up, I think he immediately improves any team he's on, special teams, speed, etc. He's a solid number 2, number 3 on nearly any team. No, 100%, and he had off-season surgery on the core muscle injury that he had. Expects to have a full recovery. So I think it's going to be good for him. It did hurt him a bit, I think, in his stock that he didn't play half the season. That's got to hurt a little bit. But no, I agree. He'll be a solid number 2 or number 3 on any team. SR said, slightly nervous about the plan for left tackle, even though I don't think Orlando's worth what he thinks he is worth. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'll be curious to see what happens there. There's a Gary and an Uri. Yep. Yes, sir. It's not Ari, though, or Ari. It's Uri. But, yep. Thanks for the 5 brand as well, bro. Syke said, Cole, I'm a big Chiefs fan. I just won my basketball game. So now I'm going to the finals. Go big or go Mahomes. Hey, let's freaking go, dude. Congrats on that win. I want a big body wide receiver. We can get the jump balls too, like Cam Sims. We could get him for almost nothing. Oh, yeah? Let's see. Cam Sims. Yeah, he's a free agent this year. 27 years old with the Commanders. Yeah, he would be definitely borderline a vet min deal. But I don't know off the top of my head too much about the guy. But yeah, he would be cheap. Let's trade for Jamar Chase. Oh, gosh. Hey, he would be fantastic. I'd be willing to... Tony said I'd be willing to bet there will be a left tackle that wants to be in Kansas City. Bro, I'm probably going to stream on March 15th because there's going to be so much craziness that happens. Rumor is Tunzel. What do you think about that? Yeah, definitely need more on the defensive line as well to help Chris Jones. And do you reckon we're going to go for a wide receiver 1 or just committee? Those are a lot of questions there. I mean, I think they try to bring Juju back and maybe draft one and probably just keep who they have. So probably committee would be the answer to that. Yeah, definitely need some defensive line help. The rumor on Tunzel. I mean, yeah, that's... I don't know what he's worth. Like, let's see. He has a potential out in his contract. Dead cap of $16 million, though. He's going to be 29. You know, that's getting a little up there. He'll be 29 this year. Base salary of $18 million. He would be expensive. And he's 29. So he's good. You know, it's not impossible, but dang, that'd be a big move. It's going to be an expensive move. Honestly, Zach Eisen tweeted about that today. And he was kind of asking what people thought it would cost for Laramie Tunzel. Let me see if I can find that tweet because I'm kind of just serious, or not serious. I'm kind of just curious. Let me see. Kind of curious what some people said he would cost. But dang, I don't know where that tweet went. Did he delete it? Maybe he did. Oh, wait, here we go. So somebody said you could get Laramie Tunzel for a first rounder. So a first round pick in 2024, a second round pick in 2023, and CEH. All right, that's fine. 2024 first, 2023 second, fourth, and sixth. Then somebody said I have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean he's getting older. He's gonna demand a lot of money and draft capital to go get. I mean, dude, you might as well just freaking sign Orlando. If they don't sign Orlando, they just don't believe he's the answer at left tackle for the price that he wants. So it's gonna be a tough one. Tunzel said he wants $23+ million a year on a new contract. Whew, and he's 29. That's freaking tough, dude. We need Devontae Adams? Nah. I do like Adams. I mean, he pushes cameramen randomly. 29 isn't old for a left tackle? Yes and no. I mean, they definitely have a little bit more longevity than other positions, but let me look at something real quick. I'm trying to remember how old Eric Fisher was when he started to struggle with injury. Do you guys remember how old he was? Why is it so hard to find stats on Eric Fisher? What? He was 30 when he was 29 when he got released from the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, that's Laramie Tunsil's age. Brand said it's a weird situation because we know Veach knows he needs to protect 15, but we're sitting here like, what other options are there? Yeah, they know more than we do. We only see a glimpse. Who can they get that's better than Orlando Brown Jr.? That's the problem. Oh, darn, we don't know. Nobody in free agency is. Samuel Short said no D-Hop. I don't think so. No. Could be wrong. Tunsil's better than Orlando, but is almost 3.5 years older. Is going to demand a bunch of draft capital to go get him and a bunch of money. So that's why I'm like, you might as well just sign Orlando. 3 years younger, no draft capital. But we'll see, man. Veach has a plan. Tank 7, let's go. Yes, sir. Had to. David said, what happened to McColl? No, he's a free agent. Probably going to sign with another team in the offseason, but we'll see. Fisher was never as good as Tunsil, says Jack Crack. But, dude, are you saying Tunsil's worth getting right now? Trading 3 to 4 draft picks for him and signing him to a multi-year deal for at least $23 million a year? That's what you guys want to do? At 29 years old? That is all the available free agents? Oh, I thought I had it sifted to all. I thought I had it. Maybe I did switch it to only active. No, I have it as all statuses. Yeah, I had all statuses, all types, all teams. Yeah. Maybe it's glitching. But that's what's pulling up, even with all statuses. Not condoning it at all. Yeah. I think that's the struggle. Like, there are better tackles out there than Orlando, but when you start looking at them, it's like, well, this guy's like 3 years younger or 3 years older. He's going to demand like 3 draft picks. I think, like, I don't know, man. In my head, I'm interviewing a guy on Friday. I'm going to ask him a bunch of left tackle questions because, like, yeah, in my head, like, if you have to give that much up for Tunsil, all those draft picks, why don't you just potentially use a bunch of draft picks to trade up into the draft and get a left tackle early? I understand getting somebody in the draft does not mean it's going to translate into the NFL, and you can get a vet that's proven that they can play at an elite level in the NFL. Like, I kind of get that, but I'm like, dude, get a guy that's 22 instead of 29. It's going to be virtually like free or extremely cheap in comparison. Yeah, Fisher's a Dolphin now and went to IR. Yep. I got to go fight a Twitter war. Be back soon. Okay, Pryor. Cook said, dude, you go all night. You deserve everything. I typically get off at 10. It's 9:58. We'll probably go for about 5 more minutes, so definitely get your last questions in. It's crazy. We've been holding 500 solid pretty much at all stream. We peaked at maybe around 6. But this has been a fun Q&A, man. I just appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and if you guys weren't here earlier, definitely check out the pre-draft event I'm having in Kansas City, April 26th at Boulevard Brewery. I'm excited about that. Announced it publicly today on Twitter, on YouTube, and all kinds of, and then in my daily video. So those spots are going to fill. There's only about 90 spots left. So they're going to fill up pretty quick if you want to go. I mean, it's a hangout for 3 hours at Boulevard with free beer and barbecue. I mean, and Chiefs hanging out as a community. You can't beat it. You think Mahomes is in his prime yet? I think he's stepping into his prime. I mean, he's 27. You guys you agree, right? I mean, that's a poll question I'm going to ask. Is Mahomes just now stepping into his prime years? I would think the answer that most people say is yes. Go ahead and answer that poll. Yeah, Love Dog, for sure, man. Cole, can you get a draft guru to interview? Yeah, I am, Chad. I do have a draft, I would say expert. I'm interviewing him on Friday. So I'm excited about that one. 10 or the battery dies. Well, I have it plugged into an AC adapter. The battery that would die first is going to be this one. It'll be this side light. But I actually have had this plugged up to an AC adapter. I've been testing it out. Brand with the 5, right tackle Caleb McGarry is not being franchised by the Falcons per Jeremy Fowler, rated 4th on PFF at the tackle position. How do you feel about Wiley at right tackle? Honestly, man, I feel like the effort personally should be at the left tackle position, and I think you can make almost anybody work at right tackle. Wiley was very serviceable at the right tackle position. I mean, Mahomes can see that coming from that side. You've got to, in my opinion, you've got to really focus in on the left tackle. You could bring Wiley back. You could draft a right tackle to compete for a roster spot in the later rounds of the draft. You've still got Darian Kennard. You still have Lucas Niang that could potentially fight for that position as well. So are you saying if you're between, making a big move at a left tackle or having to sign Caleb McGarry, who seems like he's at the end of his rookie deal, to get a solid right tackle, I'm going to go left over right. You're not insinuating he would move to left, right? I don't think you are. So no, I wouldn't say the Chiefs make a big swing at a right tackle, personally. Yeah, everybody's voting saying Mahomes is now stepping into his prime years. From the bars to the bricks, prison ministries. That's a long name, dude, but I love it. Thanks for the live, my guy. Yeah, man. Heck yeah. No worries. Glad you're here. Yep, Darian Kennard's a big man. I mean, if he doesn't work out to right tackle, he will be I think like a serviceable guard. Like I think would be the next. I mean, he was a guard in college. Played pretty well. I reckon we will try to run the ball a bit more with Nagy. I don't know. Eric Bieniemy was a former running back and running back coach, so I don't know how Nagy is going to be running the ball more than EB. But yeah, Ryan White. I think they drafted him as a tackle prospect, but he's a guard. He'll more than likely just be a serviceable guard. I don't really have him on like serious consideration for right tackle, which is why I'm like, you probably need to bring back Wiley. Kennard, I'll be interested to see, but it's probably Wiley. Dakota H, have a great night. No, I appreciate you. You have a great night too, man. 4Wedge said, great stream. Hit the like button. No, I appreciate that. Toney can play left tackle. I don't think he's been a guard for like 8 years. He could play left tackle in a pinch, but I don't think that's the long-term, even like full season solution. Pick 31 for the Chiefs in the draft. Yeah, that's where the Chiefs are right now. They gotta probably have to move up though if they want to grab an LT. They could get a comp pick. If Orlando signs elsewhere, he gets a comp pick. They get a comp pick for him. I don't know what round. Flip, thanks for hanging out, man. You had a troll tonight. PG troll today. Have a great evening. Nah, I appreciate you being here, Flip, as always. Yeah, I don't really like the Toney going to left tackle, personally. Should we re-sign McKinnon? Yes. I think so. Travis, I own Cincinnati's Mayor Kelsey. He just told him to don't be an idiot, which is true. Don't be. Chiefs should trade for Jets. Mekhi Becton? I don't even know who that is. Who dat? Right tackle? Why, though? I'm just saying if you have to choose between taking a swing at a left tackle or a right, I think the Chiefs are going to invest more in the left. But you never know. Well, guys, I appreciate you for hanging out. It's 10:05. I've been live since 8:04. So it's been 2 hours. This is the 4th video today that I've done. I am exhausted. I need to recharge the batteries, and we'll hit the content heavy tomorrow morning. But dude, thanks for all the gifted, all the likes, all the comments, all the donos. You guys are the freaking best. This is the best community out there. Chiefs Kingdom is one of a kind, and even some of the HBTC community, you know, you're not even Chiefs fans. So I just appreciate you being here no matter what team you root for. Most are Chiefs fans because we literally just talked about the Chiefs for 2 hours straight, and I don't know why other fans would like to listen to that, but appreciate you guys. Alicia said you're a robot. No. No. That's why I got to get off and get some sleep. But Becton, a failed former first rounder, injuries have plagued him. Sounds like a Veach special. I mean, if it could be cheap, I'm down. Especially if, just what you said, Ryan seems to know a bit more here. Especially if he's been plagued with injuries, former first rounder. Veach loves those guys. Hands down, 1,000%. Yep, Doggy, appreciate you. Terry's still in here. Pickle, appreciate it. S-Dac. Cora. No, I know you're joking. Because you said that because I'm on video 4 for the day. No, got a break. Brand, thanks so much, man. You are the first legend. No, I appreciate that. Yep, SR, Terry. Yep. When's the next live? Probably Friday afternoon. And we have some other stuff in the works. I'm going to be working on some YouTube shorts tomorrow. If Chiefs news drops tomorrow, like big stuff, I'll definitely drop a daily video. But got to work on some shorts tomorrow. Been trying to make one a day. So I try to stack them 4 to 5 at a time. Yep. Good night, Captain Buzz. 4 Wedge. Appreciate it. Jennifer. Night, How Powders. Pryor. Legend or Dillweed? Look at that combo of emojis. Are you a legend or are you a dillweed? That's actually fantastic. Yeah, Brand said if you aren't on Discord, we're talking off-season trades in there every day. And it is a members-only Discord, but there's quite a bit of members now that have been gifted. So there's the link. It's just discord.hbtchiefs.com. Brand's in there all the time with those guys. I pop in when I can, but I'm creating so much content. I basically just go in there to say hi and see how everybody's doing. But again, thanks for all the support in tonight's stream. And we'll be back soon. And until next time, let's go. Say it with me. Let's freaking go. I know you said it.
How about the Chiefs?
Yo, man. Trevor Lawrence here. I'm so glad we got Calvin Ridley. We're coming for the Chiefs, man. I got nice hair.